Hey guys, and welcome back. Frequently, I get emails from you showing me auction cars that you're interested in. And it's not until I receive the same car a few dozen times that I generally go ahead and I display in its own video. Today I've been sent an E46 M3. Now I get sent a lot of different BMWs, a lot of different E46s, but this M3 is special because it only has 2,000 miles and it has the coveted manual transmission. But it's very mysterious. There's not a lot of information given. So let's hop on the computer, let's check out the listing ourselves, and let's try and decode what we can from it. And here it is, the 2003 BMW M3 offered for sale by Copart. Now the first thing I notice immediately is this E in the corner. If you don't already know, E stands for Enhanced Vehicles. The fact that it doesn't say R or S means that it doesn't run and drive and it doesn't start, which is very suspicious for a car that only has 2,451 miles. And then the next strange thing about it is that the primary damage is minor dents and scratches. A car that looks this good that doesn't run or drive would typically be a flood vehicle, but doesn't say that it's been in a flood. And when we see the pictures in a second from the interior, it doesn't appear that it's been in a flood. It looks to be in very good condition. The other notable things are that it's from State Farm Insurance, which is something we always like to see. The car for sale by the insurance company, and it's got 2,451 miles on it. Let's bring up the photos larger here, and it's alongside of a bunch of totaled vehicles. Kind of sticks out. It looks in excellent condition. It's kind of dirty. If you've watched any of my videos, you know I like to see a car that is a bit dirty. It means that nobody's tried to hide anything on it typically. There's no major damage, although one sign we see here is the hole in the back, and that could be where the tow hook goes, meaning they couldn't get this car to start, so they had to tow it. And the interior looks like it's brand new. And there it is, a manual transmission, something you don't see frequently on a lot of these E46s for sale. Most of them have the SMG transmission. The back seats, they got a little bit of dust on them, but again, everything looks great. I'm not sure what this piece is. Comment in the comment section below. I've never owned an E46 M3. I have owned an E92, but this looks like it could be a cover, something that has to do with the convertible top. It was likely just part of the car. I don't think there's anything too strange about that, but if you do, let me know. And the engine bay looks perfect, with the exception of a little bit of dust, which again is always a good thing. I don't see anything wrong. Here it is, 2,451 miles. So this is definitely a puzzling car at the auction. One that doesn't give us a lot of information, but one that is very desirable and it's very intriguing. Something that if I was seriously interested and considered bidding on and buying, I would be there to look at it. Now this car clearly has a lot of eyes on it. Like I've said, I've been emailed probably over a dozen times with this same listing, asking me to explain why it's at Copart in this condition. The only thing I could think of is that this was a car that was an original owner sort of thing, and they honestly didn't drive it in a long time, and they just probably can't get it started. Now, that's my assumption. I'm not sure. But again, it doesn't say it was in a flood. It doesn't show any clear signs of damage. But the last thing we can do, which is something I always like to do, even though the car's only got 2,000 miles, is run our free history report. Now, if you haven't seen my video on how to get a free VIN history report, this will give you all the information similar to a Carfax. And so definitely check out my video above, and it will help you run your VIN number of a car you might be interested in or a car you might already own if you want to know a little bit more about it. The first thing we're going to do is get our free report. So we'll put the VIN number in. And it does have a junk and salvage record. That's only because it's at the Copart auction. The second this car shows up at a salvage auction, it will have a junk and salvage record. Doesn't necessarily mean it's been into a heavy accident, but as we did see, this car does contain a salvage title. So the insurance company did buy out the owner of it. So we'll go back to our history report and see if there's anything at all. And really on this car, there's not a lot of information. Now the funny thing that I see here, they're valuing the trade-in at $7,000, the private sale at $8,000, and the dealer's retail at $11,000. I will assume that this car will easily sell over the private sale value of $8,000 unless somebody goes physically, checks it out, which I'm sure somebody already has, and then goes to the extent to find out that there's something catastrophic that happened to the engine or something. Either way, it's a fairly desirable car. The biggest thing against this E46 M3 is the fact that it's a convertible. If it was a coupe, it would be like the holy grail. So the second part of our free VIN check is to check out its My Carfax. My Carfax is the free side of Carfax that will tell you any sort of maintenance history. So it has no open recalls. It has 13 months left until it needs an oil change. I don't know how they know that. And they don't have enough data to estimate. Again, the research.com listing showed nothing substantial, and this is really not showing much. So we'll click on the service history. It's never even been serviced at a dealership. This is a strange car. Well, after doing as much research as we possibly could on this car, we just couldn't come up with enough data to go ahead and be comfortable bidding on the car sight unseen. If you're interested in this car or a car like it, you always need to go to the auction and physically check it out before you buy it. Now, I've been thinking of doing a car like this every single day, in addition to the rebuild projects and other videos that we do, where you send me a car that you're interested in, and we go through, check out the data, see if we can find up any doctored up pictures or any other information that might lead you to make a better educated bid. Let me know if this is something you like in the comments section below. And make sure you email me cars like this BMW M3 to samcrackauto@gmail.com. Follow me on Instagram. I actually previewed this car a few days before we did the video on it. And be sure to hit that like button if you enjoyed learning about this car that there wasn't much to learn about. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll catch you very soon.